This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're delighted to be joined once again by the butcher, Owen Duffy. How are you?
All is good. All is good. It's good to be talking again. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. It was probably just over a month ago we last spoke.
Yeah.
Different surroundings this time. Obviously, the last time it was in person. Obviously, after you beat Dominic Donegan in the Cavan clash. Where are you in the world today?
I am in the fabulous Dundalk in County Louth. I'm just after training there in the gym, so it's a local coffee shop I will stop off in to get some work done. It's nice to have no distractions and no one to, if you want to get your head down, get focused, get things done. It's a nice little coffee stop to stop off and get done.
It looks nice in Dundalk today. It's probably not the same in Belfast. It's a bit windy, so it is. But I guess sort of talking obviously on why we have you on today. I guess the last time we spoke, you I guess, have you watched the fight back yet with Dominic? Obviously, and I guess is anything you want to study and perform and analyze how the fight went? Have you watched it back?
Yeah, I've watched it loads of times. I do love. I can be my own worst critic in many ways, but then there's a lot of pros and cons to everything. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, and there's plenty of. There's plenty of scenarios that happen in the fight that I learn from and to work on more. So, I'm delighted. I'm just getting straight back out again, getting back into it. The challenges are getting even bigger and bigger. This is the biggest challenge I've had in my boxing career yet. Don't get me, I'm nervous in a good way, but I'm absolutely buzzing. This is what I've been asked for, and I cannot wait.
I'd sort of mentioned to you, obviously, afterwards that, that left hook you through to the body. If you'd have stopped, if you'd have paused time and everything else, you couldn't have put it in a better position.
Yeah. Look, it was one of the moves that we had practiced the whole way up to training camp, and just throw the straight shots in the straight line, and then wait for the later rounds when, with the goal being to slow them down. And then when you start to slow them down and start bringing the arms forward to come in and behind, and it was the very first one that I did throw and it landed. It just, a blessing. It was a great shot. Very proud of that one.
And I guess, probably the whole reason, obviously, why this fight with Owen O'Neill's come up, obviously, in our post-fight interview, you'd said that you wanted Owen next. And I guess at that stage, we thought he'd moved down to welterweight and was moving on down. And you'd obviously made your intentions clear to market. You wanted, obviously, the Celtic title next, and you wanted Owen O'Neill. As I guess that probably a testament to the fact that Mark obviously believes that the twos were ready. My fear was he might have given you both another fight in preparation, but are you probably more relieved than anything you've after such a big win that you're able to get straight into a title shot?
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously there was a lot of people saying before and build up the fight, and I can totally understand. They were saying how the ring rust might be a big factor for Owen, the fact he didn't really fought once in 3 years, and I can totally understand where they're coming at. And to get out and being so active, it's brilliant. So literally finished that fight, took a couple of days off to let the eye recover, and now straight back to training. Mark giving me and Owen the same opportunity. Okay, you can say it probably is a bit early, but the two of us are in the same boat, so no one's at an advantage or a disadvantage here. So we're both going into it from the same place. So it's the best man win.
And I guess second consecutive fight on TG4 as well. How did sort of I guess being on TG4 the last time, how's the sort of aftermath of the first one been? Have you sort of noticed much of a difference in walking about Cavan? Obviously, people going to watch your fight. Well done. How's the TG4 effect played on your career?
Building up to the fight, I had my dad living in London and stuff, and he was telling me, he says, I have a lot of friends over in England on with tuning in watching the fight, and don't get me wrong, I was expecting a good few to tune in, but I was completely taken away afterwards by how many tuned in. I had after my fight, I opened up my phone and I had a random text message from a man in New Zealand. I don't even know him. And it was 6:30 in the morning or something over there. He's up with the kid watching the fight, and he's just like, "Oh, howdy, mate from New Zealand. Well done the fight. Been following you this while, and delighted to see you got the win, and best luck with your career." I had people in Colombia, Cuba, New York, Canada, Switzerland, Italy. You know, like it was just absolutely mind blowing, and I was completely taken away by how many were shooting it. Like even back home, like you know, there's not a lot of people are into boxing, and that's totally fine. Like whatever you're into, but like I went into my local credit union, and I did not expect the women to turn around to me and say like, "Jason, Owen, you're absolutely brilliant in your fight," and I was like, a lot of like, "Were you tuning in?" And they're like, "Of course it was, of course it was." So look, you know, it's great that you know, your people back home, you know, might necessarily be able, or you know, especially with COVID still around, some people are still a bit skeptical, and to be able for them to have the option to tune in and support local, it's brilliant. Like it does fill your heart with joy, you know.
That TG4 effect, I guess, people probably
Mm.
maybe weren't familiar of what it could do for obviously fighters and things like that. Like you're coming into now your second straight fight in TG4. A lot of these people's been tuning around the world will be tuning in again. And your biggest fight to date, another domestic clash, and this time you and Owen O'Neill is going to be battling out for the BUA Celtic Super Welterweight title.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I said it to you before in the previous interview. Dominic was like, look, you know, I have goals, I have long term goals set for where I want to go and what I want to do. And, you know, Owen O'Neill is the next man stepping in my way of achieving that. And, you know, I'm not overlooking him at all. Like, you know, he's 9-0, he's undefeated prospect. You can say, I don't know, I think I heard somewhere that it's a walkway from his house, the venue. So like, you know, you can pretty much say it's his home ground. You know, he's a massive support, so I can only imagine what he's going to be like on the night. He's going to be a huge support. So you can say, look, in many ways the advantage is in his corner, you know. But just get, you know, yourself with the boxing, you know, me going in as the away corner, like I have no other intentions but stop this fight's not going the distance, you know. For me to get that win, to make sure that I get that win, I have to make sure that this fight's not going the distance, and I plan on it not going the distance, you know.
I guess the good thing and advantage is obviously is BUI obviously sanctioned officials and
Yeah,
referees, so it's
yeah,
not going to be like say like be home judges sort of. So it's good in the favor of the fact that it's neutral in that way. But
yeah,
you believe obviously in the fight that you have to stop to get the win.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Like, you know yourself. Frick often said it to me, and it's so true. Like, you know, you've got a ref from different viewpoints, and what this ref might see, or what this judge might see, this other person's seeing the opposite view of it. So when you've got people cheering and roaring and shouting when they think they've seen a score, one of the judges mightn't have seen it and been like, "Oh, did he score? Did he not?" And then he hears the crowd. It's going to hinder. It's going to influence like it to go more that way. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just to like leave no stone unturned, leave it completely that it's not up to the judges, that there is only one clear winner. You know, I
And
don't want any controversy, so that my plan is to not make it go the distance. You know.
And I know obviously in your last fight, obviously I tried to keep you away from the sort of emotional sort of aspects of it, but coming from the emotions of the last fight, this fight's obviously your biggest fight of your career. What does obviously a win on November 19th do for your career and where you want to go next?
Look, a couple of people would like a couple of people know me close will laugh. Like I don't have any limits. Like, you know, um, do I think I'm world champion level now? No, I'm not. Let me straight honest. If not yet, but my goal is just a stepping stone. First one is the Irish title. Then we'll readjust the plans from there. So the first one is Irish title. I'm not looking past that, and Owen O'Neill's next in line to get past that. You know.
The fight been pulled forward a week. I know that you always keep yourself in shape and everything else as well. Does that fight been brought forward a week now? Does that make any difference in the fight and preparations, or just the same outcome?
No, look, like you said it there. I'm always training, so like I enjoy training. It's part of my lifestyle. I love it, and you know, for it to come forward another week, it's just one less week to wait. You know, for the opportunity. So I'm just buzzing.
Definitely is, and I guess it then gives you a break. After two fights back to back, it'll give you that wee break over Christmas then to relax and probably celebrate sort of your return to the ring in 2022 and how quickly things can change around for you.
Yeah, Yeah. You know, I haven't even thought that far. I haven't even thought that far. But yeah, you know, it will be nice to just be able to chill and to know that I can take a little step, take a foot off the pedal, and just relax over Christmas. You know. So yeah, in many ways, I'm looking forward to that as well.
And it's a really good feel of a north v south sort of card. Obviously yourself and Owen, and then you've obviously Colin Murphy and Liam Gaynor. Liam Gaynor's obviously originally from Dublin, and he sold quite a few
Okay.
tickets as well. So are you sort of hoping they sort of play more on the fact of supporters is there for other fighters, you know, in the south, that you can rely on their support, obviously in your fight?
Look, you know, Owen's a massive following. Um, I haven't even really thought that far. Like I've had people question me, been like, "Oh, sure, he's gonna have loads of support there," and I like my simple answer back to that is like, "Look, at the end of the day, it's just me and Owen in the ring, and the referee." I says the supporters can't do the boxing for you. They can run and shout and all they want and help you through the grit and maybe an extra bit of motivation. But apart from that, it's just me and Owen. So I look, I really appreciate the sport at the end of the day, but in a way, like, you know, I don't care at the end of the day. My goal is to get that belt, and it's just me and Owen, so that's all my focus, you know. And yeah, I wouldn't even let that distract me, you know, to be honest.
And obviously, finally, then, because obviously I know I said I'd keep it nice and short for you as well, because obviously you're still working everything else. Obviously, fans wise, obviously you're bringing up more, obviously from last time around. I guess it's quite a jump from Cavan. Well, it's not that far, I guess, when you look in the grand scheme of things, but obviously you're bringing a good following up from Cavan on the night.
Yeah, you know what? There's more planning coming up. Like I think just the way the last one went around, like hotel prices were just crazy price. Like this time around, they're actually a lot more reasonable, and there's actually a lot more availability on Airbnb. So I do have a good crowd coming up this time, and like the last time, obviously just a bit more. And I have my brother and my dad, and there's a crew of my cousins and stuff coming over from England as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely make it special. Obviously, after your dad watching on TV this time around, and this time he's going to be ringside. I guess hearing that voice in your head, you know, of your dad saying "punch him, hit him," you know, it'll inspire you even further.
The funny thing is, my dad was at the last fight. He was ringside beside my sister, but my dad's the opposite. He goes dead quiet. He gets really nervous. But my sister then, who's a secondary school teacher, like you wouldn't think she'd say boo. She goes mental. Oh, it's so funny.
I guess you have to bring that Jekyll and Hyde out somewhere, don't you? You can't. If she's
Yeah,
quiet all day at school, she obviously has to let that aggression out somewhere.
yeah. Actually, Megan's a big woman, a big heart of gold, and she has nothing but my best interest and stuff. So you know, you can just see the roaring and the passion coming out of her. And it's yeah, look, it's funny, but you know, I love it. I love it.
Definitely. Well, listen, Owen, obviously, thank you once again for your time. Obviously,
No problem.
in 3 weeks' time, we'll be pretty much getting ready for weighing in.
Yeah.
So I'll look forward, obviously, to catching up with you in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And obviously, roll on the 19th, live on TG4, Owen O'Neill versus Owen Duffy for the BI Celtic Super Welterweight title.
Yes, can't wait. See you up there.
All right, Owen, cheers. Take care.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.